3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 656. I am Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have, no thanks to YouTube, Don.
Hello.
Chris, whose video is frozen if you're watching video.
No thanks to Skype.
No thanks to Skype. Hey, thank you, Skype, for enabling this podcast. We're obligado to do that every 15 minutes. Thank you, Skype. Matt?
Do you know we're 10 episodes away from 666?
Yes, I do. I am aware.
He can count, Diecast.
The number of Unicron.
Is it?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Oh. Because I think... Never mind. Never mind. So, hey, there's also Diecast and Rob. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going? Everything good?
Yeah, not bad at all.
Good. That is awesome. So, we sort of took a break last week, sort of not. We had our big year-end special. We recorded on a Sunday. Then we did a special RFC minicast on, we recorded it last Wednesday. It posted Friday-ish, Sunday-ish, I forget. But we have, it's been a while since we did a live stream, so, you know, we're rusty. We're going to have to kick off the cobwebs. And thank you, YouTube. Apparently yesterday they changed the rules. And I wasn't aware that that rule is changing, so we had an issue trying to get the chat up and running. Thank you, YouTube. Yeah. But we're up. We have the chat. We love the chat. They're in there. tfradio.net/live every Wednesday. Thereabouts. 8 to 8:30-ish Eastern time. We do pre-show. Then we do the big show, Radio Free Cybertron. And we have post-show, then we go to bed. Not together, because we don't live together. It's not the Waltons. But if we did, Chris would be John Boy.
I would just like to say I would have my own room if that was a thing.
We live like in a in a cabin, and there's only like one room.
Yeah, Diecast, you'd be in with Don, no matter what.
No.
So have fun with that.
You're not Don.
We would be a very
Chris.
dysfunctional Brady bunch.
All I see is like bunk beds with me on the top bed and Don's on the bottom bed with a little nightstand and a box of like 2-week-old pizza.
Yeah, that'd work.
Anyway, the Waltons, wouldn't it be Don Boy?
Don Boy. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, then I'm thinking more Brady, and John DeLuna would be like Alice, because he's like the only sane one of the bunch, and he keeps us all from being crazy. So,
Alice was the sane one?
Well, yeah, she had the easiest job in the world.
Citation needed.
Yeah, citation needed. That's right. Oh, man. So I want to get this out of the way. We've been doing some Twitter contests, and I still got stuff to put out there.
Nice.
Anyway, so, like, I'm trying to take every single toy off the shelf and then box them all together, like, per series. And, you know, and as I do this, I'm trying to pull out stuff that I don't want. And stuff like that will wind up on Twitter as a contest if it's something anybody might want. If it's not, I'll probably donate it. But we're doing some contest and have a couple of things to give away. We have a Singe, which we gave away on Twitter, and a Rung, which we gave away on Instagram. And pre-show, I was trying to figure out who the winner was going to be on Instagram, because Instagram is not my jam. But Rung, who we gave away on Instagram, goes to, and I will message you, assuming I can. I don't know Instagram. It's all automated on that end, sorry. We have EB Mega Man, or Andre. So congratulations, you will get Rung. And it's always funny when the winner is somebody that we know. But, you know, it's just how it works out sometimes. So the winner of Singe is Insane Galvatron. So, Insane Galvatron, yeah, I know, right? I'll get in contact with you and we'll send that out. Don was on a podcast with Insane Galvatron.
EB Mega Man. The first thing I thought when I heard that name was Electronics Boutique Mega Man.
That's exactly what I assumed that it is, honestly.
Yeah,
maybe
that's
I'm wrong.
Awesome if that's it. It might just be his initials and then Mega Man, but that's pretty cool. I like that name.
Yeah, I think so. So we have that. Let's see here. Also, if you haven't checked out our year-end episode, please do. It features our RFC Awards, where we go in and we discuss the last year, 12 months, 365 days of Transformers news. And on that, we announced our RFC Awards. And what we did is the items that we put up for nomination, we put up on Twitter and let you vote on what you thought the winner of that category was. So I'm just going to go through those. These are the votes. Nominated for Best Masterpiece, MP43, Megatron, MP44, Optimus. He didn't actually win any nominations, but we only had 2 Masterpiece toys on our end that we nominated, which was Megatron and Black Arachnia. Hound, we didn't have in hand yet, so Hound received no nominations, but I did include Hound as an option. MP47, so MP43, 44, 46, and 47. MP45 Bumblebee, just no. But the winner with 44%, Megatron, which was also the winner on the RFC Awards on our end. Best Leader Class and Up, Ultra Magnus, Omega Supreme, Jetfire, Shockwave, and the winner was Jetfire. Just like...
As it should be.
Yeah, 39.5%, almost 40%. Best Voyager Class of 2019, Springer, SS-38 Optimus, and the 35th Anniversary Optimus Prime, the cel-shaded one. Winner, Springer, 43%.
Nice.
I like how this voting's going so far.
Yeah, me too.
The next few items, there are far and away. The winners ran away with it. Best Legends Class. Actually, no, pardon me. Best Deluxe of 2019. Spinister, Ratchet, Crowmark, and Crosshairs. The winner, 66%, 2/3. Spinister. No surprise.
Nice. See, I was worried about that because I didn't know if that hit full saturation yet.
Maybe not, but I think enough people heard how awesome it is that they gave the award, which is honestly what I think it happened with this next one, because I disagree with it, but it is what it is. Best Legends Class or Battle Master of 2019, Rung, Fire Drive, and Smashdown. And with 62.7% of the vote is Rung.
Oh, wow. That surprises me.
Yeah, me too. But I think that's the one that was, most anticipated. I don't think it's the best one, but it's the most anticipated one, so... Best Engineering in 2019, Jetfire and Spinister. Winners Jetfire, 62.9%.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he does have the retractable hand thing, which is the 5mm port, which is awesome. But that I'm surprised at the outcome there.
And the head panel, where his head disappears into that recessed panel. Those spring doors. And also the handles that come down so G.I. Joes can hang on it, or other Transformers can hang on it.
Wait, can G.I. Joes hang on it?
What's that?
Can G.I. Joes hang on it?
No, I meant other Transformers.
But can they?
I was thinking, yeah, G.I. Joes, but that's because it was G.I. Joe inspired.
Well, heck yeah, I needed to do that.
And then also the integration with the Titan Master.
But all this awesome stuff Spinister does, he does at the deluxe price point, and that that's pretty amazing.
Well, he does one. He has decent engineering, but it's really only one thing.
No, Diecast.
So, I can agree with the fans. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, Diecast, you're wrong.
Okay.
We'll talk about G.I. Joe here in a second. But so Jetfire won. Kind of surprising. Also, not too surprising, honestly, because this is the one that I would have gone with. Biggest news item of 2019, Seacons before Unicron, HasLab Unicron, or the relaunch of Hasbro Pulse. HasLab Unicron.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you, fans.
Yeah. That's the biggest news item of the year.
What else were we expecting HasLab to do? The Seacons came out of nowhere.
I think there's a lot of things. Like a child-sized Optimus Prime or Bumblebee would be just as likely as Unicron, to be honest.
I think a lot of people weren't expecting HasLab to do anything Transformers related, especially after Cookie Monster was announced.
Well, they're so close together.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know that at the time. We thought that they weren't going to be close together, and we were going to be stuck with Cookie Monster for 2019.
I'm really glad that HasLab spaced out those reveals so that it was just long enough that it was Cookie Monster alone that it ruined your whole TFCon weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so angry.
And it added to my enjoyment of that weekend just because Diecast was miserable. So,
and by the end of it, I went through all the stages of
grief,
of loss and grief. Yeah. And by the end of it, I was accepting, and I was down with the Cookie Monster. And then Unicron got announced, and I forgot about Cookie Monster. As did everyone else.
Yeah. So before we jump to what we got this week, I do want to go over a bit of off-topic news. I just did a Google search to get some more details because I honestly forgot the particulars. But so G.I. Joe, the brand, is being licensed by
Jazwares.
What's the name?
Jazwares.
And they do what? The Fortnite figures?
Among a bunch of other things, yeah, yes. But that's the most impressive thing they've done.
They're
lately.
Very cool looking. I've seen some.
They are actually about as good as the G.I. Joe figures were the last time they were actually making it. I got one of those just because I was curious about them. And yeah, the articulation on their like 4-inch scale Fortnite figures is really nice.
So, with that, I think there was some speculation as to what would be produced. Me, in my perspective, considering Hasbro is not doing anything with G.I. Joe right now, it seems to me that they're going to do basically what when Hasbro was licensing out, what was it, Popples? Something like that. I think it was Popples a few years ago. Hasbro let another company just make Popples, and Hasbro took a nice, I guess, licensing fee on it. I believe it was Popples. I think they ultimately sold that license, that brand, but I'm pretty sure they were licensing that out. I mean, if somebody else wants to make G.I. Joe figures and they're willing to pay you, and you get oversight on it, why not do it? Which is, I guess, which is what I'm assuming is going to happen. Rob, was it you that thought that they might be doing some sort of accessory instead?
Wasn't me. Somebody I was talking to on Twitter said they might be making like, other G.I. Joe related things, but not action figures. They do Marvel things that, little super deformed figures and things like that aren't actually, standard action figures.
I mean, there are already some stuff like that. What is it? The little SD Transformers figures. I think the blind boxed ones. I think the
Loyal Subjects.
Yeah, the Loyal Subjects. I think they're G.I. Joe versions of those, and we've seen stuff like that. But the figures that this company does, it already really kind of looks like G.I. Joe anyway. In some cases, just seems to me that it's reasonable to assume that that's the case. But we'll find out at Toy Fair.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking along the same lines myself. Just one of those things like IDW actually puts out Marvel's kids-oriented comics because IDW, at the kind of numbers IDW is going to get from that would not be a success for Marvel the way they do things. But since IDW is used to operating at a smaller scale, it's fine for them. And I'm kind of thinking that it might be a similar situation with Jazwares picking up G.I. Joe.
That would be great. Also, I saw just now Googling it because I didn't even realize there's a G.I. Joe mobile game that was announced yesterday.
Yeah.
War on Cobra. It looks like a strategy game from the screenshot I'm seeing. I may be wrong.
So I'm kind of wondering if these figures, if there are figures, if they might not be a tie-in to that.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
So if G.I. Joe comes back, it's semi on topic. Toys are. I'm not going into fiction, but I think toys are, on topic-ish. If they get there, that'd be great. Let's see here. Anything else? Toy Fair's coming up in just a little over a month. That's going to be exciting.
Yes.
It's going to be a whole bunch of news, like all together, then no news for a couple months. Yeah, unless all the news happens here in the next couple weeks.
A whole bunch of news that will be released through various news sites in the 2 weeks leading up to actual Toy Fair.
Blogs and stuff like that, Tumblrs. Yeah. And Diecast will go, and he might see one thing he didn't know about already.
Correct. But I'll go anyway.
It's fun.
But he'll bother the design team anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
But
see
I don't know what to ask for other than Submarine Megatron because I got my HasLab Unicron. So
I've been going on ridiculously little sleep lately. So when we were talking about that last week, the whole Submarine Unicron just went zoop over my head. I wasn't thinking at all the whole 6-shot submarine mode thing. Yeah. For those who don't get it, the submarine mode it's the gun but flipped.
Upside down.
Down.
So I asked for a Submarine Megatron because it would be basically an upside down Megatron gun. So
Yeah, that'd be great.
we'll see.
We have 5 or 6 weeks to come up with some stuff to ask them.
That
Yes,
would
we
be
need to do
awesome if the Voyager Megatron that has been leaked as a possibility for Earthrise is just a submarine Megatron.
That would be wonderful. And hopefully Skype and YouTube willing, we will have our big live stream like we do every year. It's our
Thank you,
favorite.
Skype.
Thank you, Skype. It's our favorite event all year. It really is. We're looking forward to it. I know Chris hates this idea, and probably Matt too.
I usually do.
Yeah,
But
together they hate it. I really want to, and I was mentioning this on our Patreon community. I really want to do at least for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, take some calls from viewers. So I've got all the equipment set up. I upgraded. So if we ever wanted to do it, it's a Don deal again, and I think Don would like to do that. His ears perked up when I said that. We have equipment in place to do it now, that better equipment than we had before. But I'd like to do that for Toy Fair, at least like toward the end, get people's thoughts and opinions. And it'll also make it easier for me to call Diecast.
That's always worrying during a live stream.
Yeah, it'll also make it easier for me to call Diecast and bring them on.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be great. Okay. Did anybody get anything this week? Don raised his hand. Don, why are you wearing a glove?
That's why, because this is a little heavy and I want to put it down before I drop it. The dentist. But I picked up something that I had canceled late last year because I saw it at GameStop and I really wanted it. So I picked up the Optimus Prime Pop Culture Shock animation statue.
Oh, they had that at GameStop?
That actually looks pretty good.
Yep. And it's...
You know what this reminds me of looking at this? For people not...
Antique.
Well, no, yeah, Antique Roadshow, that too. But for people listening to the podcast, it's basically like Mary Poppins. And the Optimus Prime is a cartoon that is painted over the actual movie.
It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Or Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but with Optimus Prime in Don's apartment. It really looks like that. It's kind of creepy.
Well, the reason I got it was, we all remember the end credits of season 1 more than Transformers,
of course,
where Optimus Prime is running to the screen, where he's in truck mode, then he transforms and he's running towards the screen there for a second. I'm guessing that's where they got the inspiration from, because it looks like he just stepped out of the screen. And he's continuing that running motion,
God,
and that
hits me in the feels, Don.
Yeah, it's very dynamic, and he does have an alternate arm. Unfortunately, this is not the one that you can adjust the arm at different locking points, because it kind of only locks in one way. But he also comes with the energy axe hand, so you can switch out his weapon for the gun. You
can switch out his arm.
Yeah.
How much
you just
was
can't
it,
really.
Prime bricks his ass.
It was about $165
That's
with
way less than I
tax.
thought. When are you getting your Dungeons and Dragons animated series statues?
when they go on sale because that's a lot more money. I picked that up because that's something I put off last year. I mentioned on Twitter I got I got 3 of the 4 the new Cyberverse deluxes. I've opened Megatron. He's not bad.
He's my least favorite one.
Yeah, I'm hoping Optimus and Bumblebee are a little bit better. I like the way they look versus all the other Cyberverse figures. Unfortunately, it's kind of a low hanging fruit, but so far I'm liking mostly what I see. Megatron's a little tabalicious and stuff doesn't exactly want to tab in right, but I do like him. I picked up the only thing I got off topic was the power I picked up from my friend Hing in Australia, the Green Ranger Putty 2-pack from BBTS for him. Back on topic, I got the Hot Shot Selects just because he was on sale and I got him.
It's a good figure,
yeah. And my last big purchase, y'all remember when I got that Mega SFC Optimus that was on sale during Big Bad Toy Store's anniversary sale?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't remember.
I finally got the Megatron because it was on sale too. So I got the Mega SFC Optimus, and now I got the Megatron. So I've got those 2, and I'm planning on displaying them with Unicron because I figured that would be kind of an interesting display with Unicron in robot mode and those 2 gigantic action masters. So that, and I also found Rung and Singe. So I've got those as well. And that's all that I've got.
Cool. Who else?
I got some stuff.
Matt.
Matt, go ahead.
Matt had his hand up
No,
first.
go ahead, Diecast.
Okay,
sure?
he's being polite. He's sure.
All right. I got my big wheelie monster, which is the Studio Series Constructicon Scrapper. I forget. I always call him Wheelie Monster.
When you call him Wheelie Monster, I was thinking that he's supposed to be the same character as Wheelie from what is that Dark of the Moon, and the little car that humps the leg.
Oh yeah, that is Wheelie.
But that's
You're
a great
right.
toy. It's a horrible movie, but it's a great toy.
Yeah.
It's a really horrible movie.
Well, I call this the Wheelie Monster, so he's pretty cool. I'm happy to have him just because obviously I'm getting all the Devastator figures, but he's just the craziest one to me, and he was huge in the movie. He was, in one of the best movies ever, and in the opening scene. So I'm really happy to have him. That he's finally out. And
How many of those Devastator pieces are out now?
All but 2.
Yeah. So how many are there total? 8? 6?
All
7?
but 2.
Yeah, I have
All
the
but 2,
Legends
yeah.
one from years ago. It's the only one I need.
This I talked about on Twitter today. This is the Kre-O that Brian was talking about. This is the Blizzard Strike Optimus Prime.
That looks nice.
Because he's in white. And he has those like armor pieces that go on him. So basically on the back they have Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Sideswipe, and Grimlock. The Grimlock is just a green Kre-O figure, so it really doesn't scream Grimlock to me. Yeah, and the Sideswipe kind of reminds me of what's the one from Prime, the red car that was a Knockout. It reminds me of Knockout. The face and everything is Knockout more than Sideswipe to me. But they basically have 3 modes. They have a armor up mode, a Blizzard Strike mode, and a Night Strike mode. So they're just different colors that are available.
I didn't look at the back of the card.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I hate that, and I love it. It's gonna kill me.
So,
I'm gonna have to go to Dollar General's now. Thankfully, there's a million of them here.
yeah, because they had the yellow Bumblebee and they had the white Bumblebee, but they didn't have the black Bumblebee. This was the only Optimus Prime they had, so I grabbed him because I think they were $5.50, and they also had those Kre-O transforming figures, but they're more of like shell figures than anything. Like the robots on the bottom, and you kind of just stand them up. They didn't look that impressive to me, and they were $12 a piece. So I was like, yeah, I'm not getting that. And the only one I might have considered was Grimlock, but they didn't have him. They had Megatron. I think it was another Sideswipe and Shockwave. So, and they weren't very impressive to me. Not for $12. So I picked him up. He's awesome. I also got those the 3 bike chicks from Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah, what?
Chromia RC and Alita 1.
Yeah.
Wow. They are so small. Like they are all.
Well, there's 3 of them at the deluxe price point. What were you expecting?
Yeah, but if you look at the photos on like Hasbro Pulse, they do not look this small. I expected them to be small. I did not expect them to be this small.
I actually like that.
Oh my god, they're
not buying them, but I like it.
They look like I could break them at any second. So yeah, so they're. I didn't even open up the box yet because they're just. I don't even like the look of them. Like blown up on the pictures on Hasbro Pulse, I liked how they look. In hand, no. And then I basically had a Hasbro Pulse explosion on my in front of my door. I got Soundwave Deluxe Studio Series, which again, this I don't think I ever had a deluxe movie Soundwave at this size because it never got released in the U.S. So that's pretty cool. I got the Voyager Megatron movie. This is from the first movie, I believe. Correct? The Jet? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first movie, right?
Pretty
so
sure,
hard
yeah.
to tell. But I don't even know why I got this. I didn't even think I ordered this, but apparently I did.
Yeah.
Because it came in the mail.
They just automatically send everything to you and just charge your credit card.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I also got
Siege
Astrotrain. Yeah, Siege Astrotrain. Which, if I would have got it from Amazon, I would have had it like almost a month ago. But, I ordered from Hasbro Pulse, so I had to wait till the release date of January 1st. I guess it was. So I got all this stuff like on the 3rd of January. All these boxes on the front. I'm like, what the heck happened? So, yeah, and he is definitely small. Like in package, he's so
nice.
small. Yeah. But that's it. That's all I got.
Cool. Matt.
Okay. I went to my local Walmart today, and they had the new Fantastic Four and Spider-Man waves of Marvel Legends out. So I got the one figure I wanted from each wave. I got the Vulture from Spider-Man. Pretty great. One step closer to a Sinister Six. Because I missed this Sandman Build-A-Figure, and I need to find a good Electro, and then I'll be set. And I got Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four wave, and he is just magnificently sculpted. So nice. And he's heavy too. Like he is way heavier than other Legends at his price. I think it's just because of his cape though. Like the cape is really thick plastic. And while I was there and while I was putting all of the Transformers back on the right price tags, you're welcome, Walmart. I found 2 more Cyberverse Sharkticons.
Nice.
Puts a smile on my face. The Cyberverse one's 5, and I think I'm pretty good there.
Oh gosh, I think I may have more than you on that one. Definitely not the
Well, they go well with the 30 or so, Legends ones from a couple years ago I have, and that's a pretty good start for, upcoming Quintessons. I also got Siege Astrotrain in the mail from Hasbro Pulse. And he's not as small as I was expecting. He's actually pretty chunky. And I like all of his modes. He's just at that complexity level that I really like. I didn't need instructions to figure anything out. There were these hip skirt panels right on the front of his legs. I wasn't sure if they were supposed to fold all the way up or not. So, I went back and forth on whether I should try and force them, and they do. They do fold all the way up for transformation. So, but yeah, I actually really like Astrotrain. He was a very, very pleasant surprise, and I got him for $10 off since I'd never got my Garafian Noizu set.
Oh,
I'd rather had Garafian Noizu, but it's the $10 off makes me like Astrotrain even more. Last week I did get Masterpiece Hound.
yes.
And I actually really like him. He does have some
Terrifying.
Yeah, there's some thin plastic in places. Nothing I was concerned about like breaking.
Shoulders?
I was not concerned about breaking the
I
shoulder.
about died when you told me how to get them in place. I about freaked out, but I powered through it.
Yeah, just I don't like the way his feet transform. It's got this.
That's awful.
Though, yeah, you can't even see it when the feet are all transformed. But he's got this weird hinge. It doesn't fold, but it collapses the foot to make it smaller. And I'm not crazy about the feet altogether. They don't even clean up all that well. You still got this huge wheel well. But I mean, if that's the most offensive thing, visually to me, I'll deal with that.
Like, the feet are the bane of the modern Masterpiece toy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're Bumblebee version 2.0 bad or anything.
They're close.
I mean, yeah, he actually looks really good. I think his arms might be a little stubby for my taste. Like, they should have been just a little bit longer. But I mean, the way he transforms, there's just sacrifices had to be made, I guess. I would actually love to see this thing get done in a toy deco too. But this is one where I don't think strictly sticking to the animation model hurt it too much. Like if I was disappointed with Hound, I was just going to be done with Masterpiece, but he's pleasantly surprisingly pleasant. So, also, last week I was playing around on eBay and found some Chinese knockoff Lego sets.
Oh, yes.
I can't even it doesn't say Lego, it says ENLI on the bricks. And I found two combiner sets, and one is a vaguely Bruticus looking thing. It looks exactly like, you would imagine a Lego combiner looking. But he's all right. He's not bad. But the winner, and came out way nicer than I ever expected, was the Liokaiser set.
It's wonderful.
Oh, wow.
And I have dubbed him Lego Kaiser.
It's the best name.
But I mean, none of these have individual robot modes because, they're Lego sets. But they do have vehicle, and they combine to form the overall Lego Kaiser. And you do kind of have to take Jaguar and Leozak, break them into a couple pieces to switch them around. And their Kill Bison is tan instead of gold, and their Drill Horn is purple instead of blue. But I mean, this thing is like solid and nice, and it has knees that bend.
Oh, wow.
Bad camera angles. Yeah, he has knee bends. He bends at the thighs. He has elbows. Like this thing is ridiculous, and it was $20.
And mine's on the way.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah,
That's great.
Like it is It was a $20 Lego set, and it's one of like the favorite things I've gotten so far this year. It's just really fun. And that's it for me.
Cool. Who else? Anybody else? Rob,
I
Chris?
got a few.
Yeah.
I got a few things. None of them on topic, but first off, I want to thank Paladin, who got me a Gundam head mug for Christmas. And that is ridiculous looking and impractical as heck, and I love it. It is just the best thing.
That's cool.
It's just this enormous Gundam head that hinges open to have a little metal cup inside. I cannot foresee myself ever using it, but it's going to be on a shelf looking nice somewhere for a very long time. I also, after I saw Star Wars, I picked up the Last Jedi version of Rey off of Amazon for $10. That's not a bad figure. The vintage version collection, 3 3/4. And beyond that, I got a new computer. So
Awesome. That's important.
Yeah, that is important. I can give the one I was borrowing from my brother back, and this one hopefully will last a good long time and is just so much better than the one I had. I regret having to do it, but it came out the best it possibly could.
Sweet. Awesome. Cool. Chris, no for you? Okay. For me, so I want to sort of rejoin where Matt was talking about Hound. I got Hound. Yeah, the feet are kind of bad, but the thing that really scared the crap out of me with the shoulders is the whole shoulders. They weren't hanging limp, but they weren't locked into place or locked. They didn't look right. And Matt basically said, "Well, you have to force it through this."
Yeah. There's a detent that you have to get over,
and it just doesn't feel like it should move that way. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna break it. And I did one arm and it went through and locked into place. I did the other one,
and there was an audible gasp while he was doing it.
Yes,
too.
it was terrifying. After the whole Star Convoy thing, I am just so worried about that. But overall, I like it. I think it's really nice. Thing looks really good. I like it better than War Dog. The head, the floating head, is a non-issue. It's just bad photography. Yeah, the head comes down and rests on the hood, but I don't have an issue with it, so I like that a lot. Don had mentioned that the deluxes, and they are definitely deluxes from Cyberverse. They're deluxe scale. My observation is, yeah, deluxe price point, deluxe size, but it's still the same kind of plastic they use in Cyberverse, which is a little more rigid, a little less forgiving, and I don't have any stress marks on it, but I could really see stress marks coming on some of the darker colored toys. Bumblebee and Shockwave are fine. Shockwave's alt mode is terrible though. It's basically him doing like the spider thing where you basically stand on all your feet and hands upside down. It's pretty lame. Megatron. The problem with Megatron is I think Don was talking about how it tabs together. It doesn't want to at all. So getting it to tab, pieces would pop off, which you experience. But now basically all the joints, his hips and shoulders, are now loose, and he's very floppy. Where he wasn't floppy before, but he didn't want to tab together. Otherwise, it's okay. I prefer it to what we were getting before. I liked that they are deluxe price point, deluxe scale. But Crab Walk, yes, Optimus Supreme, thank you. Crab Walk, that's what I was saying, or what I was meaning. I want them to continue with this. I still haven't found Optimus, but I like it, and I will buy these. Where I was iffy before on Cyberverse. As long as they're this scale, I'll buy them. What else did I get? Oh yeah, the Cyberverse, the Constructicons pack that comes with the Black Rodimus and the 3 Constructicons. The tiny turbo changers. Were these actually tiny turbo changers? Were they released this way, or they're basically the same kind of toy,
Oh, they are?
Basically the same kind of toy. I think this is the first we've ever seen of these.
I think they're painted way better than those are. Are those even painted? The paint on them is nice, but they're a little better than those toys. But they're about the same size. As I pointed out on Twitter when I got them, the Black Rodimus is okay, but they really scale much better with Micromaster Hot Rodimus. That's about right. So I got Singe and Rung. Was having a dry spell, but I remembered that I live like within 20 minutes of 5 targets, so I just want to avoid traffic. Yeah, so I just did some driving and found those. I got that, he's holding wrong, that World War II hot rod that Diecast had mentioned a couple weeks ago. And in hand, I compared it to the Bumblebee, and I'm like, yeah, same toy. So, it is what it is.
Did you transform it? Is it as terrible as Bumblebee?
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm not going to. It's just going to stand on the shelf. Honestly, I forgot that I had a few things to talk about. So I was in Walmart a couple nights ago, and I said I want to buy something Transformers related. So I got those Nano Hollywood rides, the little diecast cars.
Ooh.
It's 2 Bumblebees and an Optimus. They're just tiny. They're not even Hot Wheel size. They're smaller than that. So
that's a cool little pack, though.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like it. And I guess the biggest thing I got this week. Actually, no. One more thing. Before that, we were asking a couple weeks ago. I think on the last episode we did prior to the year-end episode. Maybe it was the year-end episode. We were talking about the Transformers BotBots official sticker book. Like, did that come out? Yes, it did. Got it on Amazon.
Wow.
Tons of stickers. If stickers are your thing, this book is for you. I should get another one for the kids because they love stickers. I love stickers too, but they're never going to be taken off the page.
You got that on tfradio.net/Amazon?
Sure did.
Nice.
And the last thing I got was the Bump of Chicken Bumblebee.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, Bump Cross Transformers, I think his name is Bump or something like that. And it comes with a little exosuit Headmaster. Or Titan Master. So it's not bad. I like it. I got it quick. I ordered it from a seller in America. And I feel like the price on these have gone down since they first popped up because there are a ton of them online. So Prime Bricks in the chat's like, watch out, Brian. That's kids content. You're right. So I should probably drop an F-bomb or something while talking about the BotBots. But the Bump of Chicken Bumblebee is nice. I like it. It's ridiculously expensive for what it is. But I thought, I'll do it. So, got that. Next week, I should have a couple things. No spoilers, but it's something I've been talking about for a while. I'm pretty excited about that. And I will say this. I was bidding on a G1 Monstructor. And I was outbid. Like right before the showtime. So.
Oh, did it have the shells with it?
What?
Did it have the shells with it?
Yeah, it was missing the feet of all things. It actually went for like twice what the going price has been lately, in some cases, on Monstructor. I got caught up in bidding up, just because I'm like, darn it. So I got caught up in bidding on it, but thankfully I lost it. But the person that won is going to take a bite out of their paycheck or their wallet or whatever. So, but yeah, if I wind up with a Monstructor soon, you'll know why. So yeah, I got that. Let's jump to the news. Not a whole lot this week. We're really catching up on a couple of things. So I put this in What's on TFormers, but we didn't actually talk about it on the show proper. We move it back. The G1 Astrotrain has shown up at Walmart. $50. We talk about that a little bit on the year-end episode because it was 20.
We're trying to find that for about 40 now.
No, well, it's closer to what it's worth. Closer. It's a little much, but if you don't have a G1 Astrotrain somehow, I was going to say it's not a bad toy, but it kind of is. It's kind of a bad toy.
Yeah, get the Siege one. It's much nicer.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, hell, the Titans Return one is nicer than the G1 toy. So, but yeah. Okay, there's that, and one other like news item I wanted to get into. I knew we had a lot to talk about. This popped up today. Tiny Turbo Changer Series 3 Cyberverse toys. At this scale, you can sort of squint and pretend they're anything, which is, I guess, a terrible way to think about it. But it has Bumblebee. Has a lot of things on it, but the one I guess of most interest to me is the RC. So
You mean most interest to Don?
me too.
There's a Jetfire.
There is. And again, at this scale, it could be a G1, it could be whatever you want it to be. But these have started showing up, or will start showing up apparently. I don't know that I've even come across any of these.
That Megatron can't be a G1 because it's a tank.
You might try looking at like grocery stores, places like that. I've seen the Tiny Turbo Changers kept up those kind of places, but not at any like typical kind of store we would think to look at.
Okay. I mean,
Wonder if that might show up at Dollar General.
Is that a Chromia?
Possibly Walgreens.
it's Chromia, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
Chromia.
then there's a blue helicopter, which I really can't place. That's not Whirl, right?
One would presume that's Whirl
Okay.
Big helicopter.
I mean, that would be what makes sense. So, yeah, that's cool. Really, again, like not a lot of news. We're in the pre-Toy Fair buzz time.
Yeah,
News
didn't a
sort
Cyberverse World show up recently anyway?
Did they? Oh, there was. So, there was a leak recently. Did it go through official channels, or was it like one of those unofficial things that we don't talk about?
Well, A, define an official channel, then B, you're going to be more specific about what you're referring to before I can answer your question.
The one that popped up, I think we talked about it like for a half second on the episode we recorded last week. There's like with an Earthrise Megatron or something.
Well, those popped up through a wholesaler website, so
Okay, that's as official as we. Yeah, I think that's our limiting factor.
And the supplemental leak that came out a few days ago apparently was verified through Walmart app digging, so that's also
Okay, so tell us about it. What popped up?
well, on the Studio Series side, it looks like we're going to get Bumblebee movie Blitzwing as Voyager. What was the other one? I wrote that so long ago, and so many news items have come out since then. It just
many news items.
I'll open that one in a minute. The Earthrise stuff is a little bit fresher in my head because more of that popped up. Okay, so Studio Series, we've got the Voyager Blitzwing. Skipjack, that was the other one that was interesting. Who here knows who movie Skipjack is?
I don't.
Nope.
Diecast, certainly you must know, since Revenge of the Fallen is your favorite movie ever.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay, so you might remember that the Constructicon toy that we mostly know as Rampage has come out in yellow and red, or one might be called orange depending on the specific iteration. So one of them is Rampage, one of them got called Skipjack through like the script or subtitles or something. The problem is every source I could find disagrees on which one is which character. So we have Rampage in Studio Series as the red bulldozer that turns into the poop monster robot. Now, Skipjack should be the yellow version of that. So you can build your Devastator with a yellow leg instead of a red leg if you think that's more accurate to what Devastator is supposed to look like. Obviously, it's just for mold reuse purposes. But that's a thing that'll be coming in sometime during this year, along with Studio Series Voyager Blitzwing. Also, from the same listings, we got basically just reinforced like Voyager Sentinel Prime, which we'd heard about before, and Scrapper, of course, which is probably going to be the last of the Constructicon toys to come out until Skipjack the recolor. It's actually possible Scrapper and Skipjack could ship together as an assortment, for that matter. We don't really know how these are going to break down by release dates.
It's going to make Scrapper really hard to get.
Well, I mean, for my money, it's hard to get most of the Studio Series stuff other than deluxes in stores. So I basically just consider anything above that. Like the Voyagers and Leaders are pretty much online exclusives as far as my availability is concerned. Fortunately, I don't want most of them.
Yeah.
On the Earthrise side, we had a few things from what is this? ACD Distribution. That's the wholesale website that leaks some of this stuff. The main thing is we're getting a new Voyager Megatron for Earthrise. We don't know anything more about it than that it's going to exist.
Submarine. Submarine.
That's where we were coming up with the submarine Megatron jokes from earlier. But other than that, it confirms Snapdragon, which I think we'd heard about through a leak or something before anyway, but this is a little bit more verification of that. The Quintessence is there. Yeah, but?
I was say we were assuming Snapdragon was coming anyway since we got Ape Face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially with this design team, it's basically a foregone conclusion, but we've got some written evidence to that effect now.
Even Mark Webber said, years ago that they would try and do, everything. If they did a Seeker, they're not going to leave the other two out.
Yeah, like that was as far back as 2015.
Yeah, they're also doing. Yeah, they're also following that with G1. By the way, you're not going to get a G1 without eventually getting them all.
Yeah. Okay.
That's being smarmy.
Yes, we know.
So we're probably getting a reship of the Micromaster Battle Squad, which is the set from the same wave as Rumble and Rat-Bat. Which, of course, I just happen to have in arm's reach for demonstration purposes.
I still can't find them. It's driving me nuts.
I mean, I got these off of Amazon. And,
the Rumble and Rat-Bat?
No, I got those off of eBay for slightly over retail, and I'm more and more glad that I did that because where are they?
I don't know. It's driving me nuts.
So what I'm noticing with Earthrise is that, especially for the smaller price points, we're seeing cases of that they're reshipping some tail end stuff in with upcoming assortments. So we know Rung is coming back out. Smashdown wasn't tail end Battlemaster, but it is one that's been hard to find, and we know that's getting a reship in Earthrise. So if the Battle Squad is getting reshipped in a Micromaster assortment in Earthrise, it's reasonable to think that Rumble and Rat-Bat could get a second pass if someone thinks that they didn't get enough distribution time in Siege. It would also help, though, if we thought we were getting another toy that could use these little cassette Micromasters. But we'll have to see how that goes. Let's see. Rounding out the Micromasters, there's an Astro Patrol listed, Astro Squad, and the Racetrack Patrol. Which the Racetrack Patrol was the one that had Barricade and... I can just remember Barricade because that's the one that's been basically invalidated by the Generations adaptation of movie Barricade.
Was it Road Handler or Detour?
Good question, Don. Anyway, we have no idea which of the Racetrack Patrol Micromasters will be represented in this, but probably not Barricade. Then we got some listings for deluxes, which again these came through one of the awesome inside sources channels initially, but they were later verified through Walmart's app using like the UPCs to look it up or something. So we got on here Deluxe Airwave, which is a Micromaster base. It's going to be something like Ironworks, most likely. That's the
modulator.
Yeah. Don, you'll like this. We're getting a Deluxe RC.
Yes, I saw that. I'm interested to see what she looks like and if she'll be a Titan Master or not.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
We've already gotten a Titan Master RC done. I think they're done with that.
I want a RC first. I was actually surprised to see that Big Bad Toy Store had that case that RC was in the Generations RC, the first one
Yeah.
on clearance, for like $80, and you get 2 of them. Yeah. I mean that. I was actually kind of tempted by that.
And 2 of the good Chromia toys too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're getting an Earthrise smokescreen.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
sort of interesting because we just got him through selects.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah,
Which means we'll probably get a Prowl and a Blue Streak off of this smokescreen in selects.
hopefully this one doesn't look so much like a shoe.
Ugly shoe.
I'm hoping we see smokescreen at Toy Fair, so I can go ahead and decide. All right, I'm gonna dump my Siege, not Datsuns, and go with these because
Hopefully there's less transparent plastic.
Yeah.
If they don't have glass knees, I'll be happy. Yeah.
That
I
makes
think
me crazy that they're doing those characters so close together.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean-
because how different can it be? I mean, it can be very different because I didn't particularly care for the last mold, but still, it's still too close together for me.
Well, with Smokescreen being a selects, and not available at mass retail, they can probably think they're going to justify putting a Smokescreen in the next wave at mass retail, and then we could be seeing Prowl and Blue Streak or Silver Streak as the selects the next time around. It's just a transparent ruse to get us to buy more figures.
Basically,
you could
Don, that's
argue-
correct. Yes.
You could argue Blue Streak has more justification for being rerun already because as a Walmart exclusive, its availability was technically more limited than Smokescreen, who was carried by Pulse and any fan-oriented online retailer that wanted to take on some quantity of that inventory.
There's what, 8,000
And everyone,
Walmarts in the country.
everyone knows that Blue Streak is the best Datsun. So
Yeah.
And-
But at the
Those
same
selects
time-
can be gotten through Entertainment Earth, which they're a large distributor for a lot of comic shops, stuff like that.
And it's
At
also
the same
possible that we'll get. Sorry, Chris. It's also possible that we'll get Blue Streak in Earthrise, and his Silver Streak, and then his other pattern will be a selects.
Blue Streak is just the most boring looking of those three. So if they're picking one out to be sold, mass retail on shelves, I understand why they would go with Smokescreen this time around. Prowl, can get a little bit of a pass with the police car thing because that makes it slightly more interesting than just being a gray and black sports car. It's not the most thrilling looking thing on shelves necessarily. I would tend to expect out of this that we would see Prowl and Blue Streak probably go through one of the online channels and not get into the main line this time around. Because, Siege to me proves they don't want to run more than one of those at a time as main product. But I would like to see them do a Blue Streak as a supplemental exclusive.
yeah, they also did that they broke up the release of the Seekers in between, online packs as well. So.
Yeah, well, mostly. We had 2 of the Seekers come out at regular retail, but they did shuffle Skywarp off to
Skywarp
Amazon.
and Red Wing, yeah.
Well, Red Wing might as well have not even existed if they couldn't have found an outlet for it. There's not a loss there if that never happened so much.
Right.
But yeah, they want to keep mold variety as much as possible, I think, in what's going to all of the retailers. But the online exclusive stuff obviously plays by different rules. So finally in this we have the Deluxe Quintessence Alicon, which I think solves a previous mystery from the earlier leaks where we were hearing something about a Deluxe Quintessa. Because the way product listings go, they're usually character space limited and also presented in all caps.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was, Quintess A for Quintessence Alicon, someone would read that and just think, oh, it's Quintessa, the planet or the character from the movie being adapted. This is probably that, which makes a lot more sense when you stop and think about it. And it's going to get Matt to spend a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
Another deluxe to troop build.
All of us, because,
Damn it.
it just, those are more figures that need to stand with Unicron. For me, anyway.
So you can eat them?
Well, just when I think of the 1984 movie, I think of Unicron. I
86
think
movie.
of alligator cons. I think of
They were unrelated to each other,
Sharkticons.
Yeah,
They were
never-
unrelated, but they're in the same movie, and I relate them together.
It's something.
You know, if I was writing Transformers the movie now, I would have the plot resolve itself by Unicron eating Quintessa.
I would have it resolve itself by Sharkticons eating Unicron.
Well, see, like it kind of
And
works together.
Grimlock's
So
behest.
Yes.
Unicron eats Quintessa, all the Sharkticons are still inside him, and they just eat from the inside out and destroy Unicron. And yeah, it all resolved itself very cleanly, except for the giant debris field that it leaves behind somewhere. But that's a new planet that'll form someday.
If I had it to do over and I could start from scratch with Transformers the movie, I don't know how I would make things work out exactly the same way they did in season 3, because I would have Unicron somehow survive. But he would be pitted against Grimlock, post Grimlock's new brain, who never created the Technobots. And he becomes the leader of the Autobots without all that Matrix voodoo BS stuff. And he does it all through logic and science, and he defeats Unicron.
But Brian, the most damning thing of all is, I think if I had to do it all over again,
I would.
I would.
Yes. Okay. Hey, so real quick, Diecast found something on Amazon Impactor. It's like $13.
Yeah.
So if you don't have it, tfradio.net/impactor. That would be great. Help us out. tfradio.net/Amazon. Use that link. It'll help us out. But also, I want to mention the new Patreon. Patreon.com/tfradio. We just launched it. It's been awesome so far. It's been great. Chance with me to chat and with our fans. I'd like to think of them as the RFC super fans. But the top tier, we're going to do a physical reward for that. Actually, we're going to do something else. I mentioned this last night when I was half asleep on the Patreon. We're going to do I'm calling it the lucky draw. It's not like an official Patreon reward because it's going to go to one person. But we're going to do a sort of drawing each month. It'll be either the something that Hasbro sends us, or like a relic from the podcast. Once in a while, it might actually be like a podcast, a real podcast recorded just for you, for one person, and they can decide if they want to free it and give it out to the world or not. So that's pretty cool. So patreon.com/tfradio. But what I want to show off, then we'll jump to our predictions. And thank you, Matt, for reminding me. We are going to do physical rewards for the top tier, and I'm working on designs. And once I get a couple more and I get it tighter the way I like it, we're going to let the top tier vote on RFC trading cards. So I'm going to show those off. If you're watching video, it would help. If not, I have put these out on Twitter at TFRadio. Okay, so the first design, and Diecast is the beautiful model here, is a 1986 Topps design that I'm very fond of. A lot of people hate this design because it's so plain, but I think that's what's so classic about it.
Man, my eyes are red.
Well, yeah, I'll fix that. This is not final. It might not even be the photo I use, but if I did use that photo, of course I would fix your red eye. The 1987 Topps design. Again, it's the wood grain. People love that. I think my favorite, though, is the 1963 Topps design. And I have the picture of you drunk in the PDQ restaurant wearing the Burger King crown. That picture, I have that there as your inset photo. But I really like that. Today I did one using the ALF design. And it's one of those Topps cards that is licensed by a TV show or something. So it tries to tell a story. It's the photo of you trying to attack JT Hogg from behind. And it says, Diecast is making a huge mistake by crossing JT Hogg.
And it's me doing the narration, apparently.
Yeah, you're the ALF. The Topps card had ALF in a TV set at the bottom of the card. So Don is ALF.
That's pretty cool.
The back of the card includes a tech spec that we were originally going to use for the website when we did a new version of the website a while back, but that didn't end up happening. So I've retained that, and that'll go on the podcast. And we also have, what's this? Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Spider Bob sent this to me. I just saw it a minute ago, so I had to put it in here. It's a picture
No,
of
you didn't.
Death's Head 2.
No, you didn't.
Death's Head 2 with Don's face superimposed over.
Oh, that is so great.
That's Master Dawn.
No, well, I was going to say Don's head, too.
Yes, Don's Head 2. Yeah. So that's awesome. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I hope to have the design out by the end of the month, and then to the printer. And I expect to get these back around Toy Fair time, honestly. Then we'll send them out. It's not going to be monthly; it'll be sporadically. I'll probably use different designs for each card. But I love this. Doing this has been like my favorite thing that I've done in the longest time. I've actually really enjoyed doing this Patreon. I basically had to be dragged in screaming and yelling for this whole thing, but I've enjoyed it so much, and it's been just a great chance to interact with our fans. I love it. I really genuinely love it.
I better get myself a nice headshot to send you to use, otherwise you're going to pick something yourself, and I'm going to have you. You
look really surly in every single good photo I have of you.
Have you met him?
That's not a mistake.
I know, right?
It's not an accident.
Did everybody get their predictions for 2020? Okay. Matt, you go first.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with this is something that Chris had come up with originally, and I just happen to agree with, is the Masterpiece Raiden is not going to be composed of 6 individual masterpieces. Raiden himself will be the masterpiece, and he's going to break down into 6 robots that are much more generations in style, and people are probably not going to be happy about it.
Put me down for that one too, since I came up with the idea originally. I should get credit for it if that happens.
Okay.
So as far as generations goes, I think we'll see a Warpath, probably a small deluxe in the vein of Cliffjumper, with something added to him to try and air quotes make up the price point. And I'm only doing 3 this year. Since we know we have Hoist coming up in Earthrise, I'm expecting a Inferno as well. So I think off of that, we will see a Generation Selects Artfire.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, cool.
I'll go next.
Okay.
So I'm predicting a Transformers and Power Rangers crossover comic book to at least be announced this year, if not go to publication. And then, since I'll call my third prediction the Raiden thing, the only thing I have left here is a new Masterpiece Starscream, because it never ends. Oh, and it's also going to be 30,000 yen, so going completionist on that one, Matt.
That's a win-win. If we lose,
like
that's
nightmare.
good. But if you win, Matt will lose and be tortured.
Matt will lose a lot.
Yeah, no matter who wins, someone loses.
Okay, Don, what about you?
Well, I think the low-hanging fruit, MP50 will be announced, if not come out. Depends on the we're not that far away, but with the time it takes to
Does that even count? Because they go in numerical order, so of course there's going to be a 50.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying
He's not done yet.
My prediction is what it's going to be.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And it's going to be RC. RC will be Masterpiece 50. My other, I really don't have a lot of predictions for the other ones. I think what we're going to do is we will probably see the Siege Astrotrain redone as a Marvel Selects in either his animation colors or the white and black version that was released in Japan. Because I can't see them not getting another use out of that mold. And I really don't have a third one right now. But that's my 2 predictions right there.
Okay, cool. Diecast.
Okay, I think this year we're gonna have a movie announced. Not for this year, but we'll have an announcement of the next Transformers
An official
movie.
announcement. Yeah.
Yeah. I really still think we're gonna get an Earthrise tracks. I
What about a
That
ride
one-
to go with him?
I'd
What's
say
that?
that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
It's kind of scaring me because I thought it would have been announced already or leaked already. So that one's a little scary. The other thing that I'll go with is we're probably gonna get. It seems like every year we say there's going to be a Masterpiece Jazz. There's going to be a Masterpiece Jazz. I didn't pick that last year, and I think if any year is going to be the year, it's going to be this year. So I'm going to go Masterpiece Jazz is going to be at least announced, maybe not released, but announced this year.
Okay, cool. Any more?
No, that we're doing 3, right?
Yeah, you can do whatever. I'm doing 3.
Yeah.
There was no limit. I just 3 seemed good.
My third
And I
one's a
have-
cheat.
In my head already, so
Cool. Rob.
Okay. First one, the most likely one, we will see a masterpiece that costs more than MP44.
Oh God.
Oh, please
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Well,
Right.
Raiden could possibly be there, so
Yeah, I'm my first prediction. Thinking of Raiden, thinking if it is really a full-on masterpiece and not, something along the lines Chris was talking about. My prediction was going to be we'll see the first $1,000 masterpiece, but I'm going to go with more than MP44. My second prediction is again long shot. I think we'll see a masterpiece God Jinrai, and then next up. I don't know whether it will be Generations Selects or it will be a Hasbro Generations product or how it'll happen, but I am predicting a Generations Star Saber.
Okay.
That'd be a good Commander class figure.
It would be. That would be a great
It
commander
would.
class. Did you say that God Jinrai would be a masterpiece?
Yeah, that's my prediction is a Masterpiece God Jinrai.
Gosh.
That would cost more than MP44.
Yes, it
Assuming-
will.
Do you think they would use MP44 as a base and like do the exo or suit around it, or
I think the animation model for Jinrai is too different. I think they would have to go from scratch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they could reuse
You're
any
right.
of it at all.
yeah?
yeah,
Okay.
it has the added benefit of making it cost more.
That's okay. It's everybody but me. Okay, my third one's a cheat. So, but I'll say it anyway. Okay, only 3 new original Masterpiece toys, should be announced in 2020. Everything else will be a plus or a slight retool. Calling this one right now, HasCon 2021. And by the end of 2020, I'll finally buy Garden City and Battle Gaia.
Yeah, I mean, you can make that one come true if you want to.
Yeah,
Battle Guy is tricky to find.
it is. Yeah.
Guard City is an easier one to get.
Oh yeah, that's the easy one.
Just
Sure.
expensive.
So
Well, if Kelby comes up to a couple of TF cons, he might be able to pull it off.
yeah, if I skip TFCon, it's and hopefully my employee review will be really good this year. I'll know in a month.
I feel like we should. I feel like now that everyone had the announcements, we should go around and all pick one that we strongly disagree will happen this year.
Of all those,
Well, I
Are you
the
saying
one
are you
I think,
just shoot. Are you saying shoot down somebody's prediction?
yeah,
Sounds
Yeah.
like what he's saying, yeah.
Yeah. I don't
mean-
think any of them are that off.
I
I-
shoot down
I think
Don's RC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Of course.
MP50 is going to be riding.
Of course.
MP50 is going to be riding,
I'm sure.
It's
and that will be the one that's more expensive than Optimus Prime.
Because, I mean, you have to look at it this way, too. We already know what MP49 is. It's that Nemesis Prime.
And that's not coming out till what, June?
June or July, I think, yeah.
So they have plenty of time to like they've Raiden's already in the planning. I'm sure there's already some level of prototype of it done. So yeah, I can totally see that being 50 and an end of the year release.
Well, we'll probably know the week before Toy Fair, because that's when Winter Wonderfest is in Japan, and they would have to talk about that at that point. It's the first big hobby show of the year in Japan.
I've got to go to the chat first before we shoot down somebody else's dreams. Couple things. One, Spider Bob says Don turns 50 this year, so he's Masterpiece 50.
Does Don turn 50 this year?
If I was going to shoot down one, it would be MP50 for Don. Not that I think that RC isn't going to come out, but I just don't think RC is going to be MP50.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am with it too.
Well, see, the reason I said that is because I thought about Raiden, but then I remembered this is their first Masterpiece combiner. What's to say this is not its own numbered series separate from Masterpiece like the movie Masterpieces are? So what if this is MPC01? Like this is their first combiner, it's its own series.
Because they're marketing it specifically as Masterpiece Raiden, not Masterpiece Trainbots. That's my thinking behind it.
And it's still ultimately G1 characters, and the only thing that has gotten separate numbering is non-G1 or G1 related, because Beast Wars still falls under G1, even though I think there's still a few people out there who want to think it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I would just
in Japanese continuity, it definitely is. Everything is G1.
Everything. Because they took our leader class movie figures and made it movie 1 and movie 2 for that Starscream and Bumblebee. That's why I was thinking maybe the combiners would be its own.
Okay. I'm gonna strike out my third prediction because I can make that one. That one's a cheat. This made me think.
Much going in.
So my third rolling in 2020, an announcement of Masterpiece, a Masterpiece Kiss player.
Now I want to shoot down yours instead of Don's.
Well, now let's be honest. Like the Kiss player figures were good figures.
They're just
the toys
gross.
It's just the fiction and context around them. But like, I would like to see the Auto Trooper done in a better body style.
While we're on that subject, though, aren't we? Is anybody else happy that we are getting another Generations RC that presumably the Kiss Players guy was not involved in the design?
Yes, I'm excited about that, actually.
Yeah.
I got to agree with Matt. Beast Wars is not G1 because how can Beast Wars be G1 when you have G1, G2, and then Beast Wars? How do you just ignore G2 and throw Beast Wars under G1?
Generation 1 always did.
Yeah. And Beast Wars is mostly cartoon continuity, and G2 isn't a thing in cartoon continuity.
Yeah. But G2 came after G1, and Beast Wars came after G2, so it's technically. Where would Beast Wars fall in the timeline? Would it fall pre-G1?
In the 24th and a half century?
Yeah.
Distant future and past.
Yeah, future and past, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't consider it G1. It's its own thing because it's beautiful and wonderful, but if you look at how it in continuity, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what
I can't see it that way.
It's so good.
Well, you're wrong, Diecast.
I just don't understand how incontinuity it is. It's just, it hurts my head.
Okay, well, maybe
continuity hurts my head in general. Honestly,
yeah.
I've got 30 years of Doctor Who under my belt. That Beast Wars in G1 is not a problem. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really talk about G1 and continuity when the Constructicons have 3 separate origin stories alone.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true though.
One of them involves them creating the person who created them. So,
yes,
we need to get Mainframe back together to do a special where Beast Wars Megatron creates the Constructicons in the distant past.
Oh, that'd been great. Okay, so I guess let's go ahead and Rob, tell us about the item on TFormers real quick.
Okay, well, Chris and I and Jack did our year in review posts. Man, Words are hard today. Pardon me. There it is.
I get it.
Feeling-
Yeah, the one in the what's on TFormers section is mine.
I didn't see Chris's.
Yeah, it is
Mine
up
was-
there too.
I didn't go far back enough then.
Mm.
I saw Jack's.
Yeah,
Jack
mine
on
is
the podcast.
Yeah, mine links to Chris's, so you can see both of those from that link. And yeah, we both came at it from slightly different directions, but I think it turned out pretty well.
We all came at it with slightly different directions.
Yeah, but there was actually sitting back and thinking about it, there was a lot of fun stuff this year, and really not much for myself that I had. I had one thing negative to say on the list, and it was just basically a matter of there were certain ways in which Siege was not the dream toy line I envisioned in my head when it came to, Cybertronian modes, and that's pretty much the worst I had to say about it, because I was honestly trying not to bring up the battle damage thing, because it's been talked about to death. I wanted to talk about something else. But
I think the only thing I cited as a negative was just that Bumblebee didn't do better in the long term financially.
yeah. And yeah, so
It was a pretty good year for Transformers, honestly.
it really was. It was maybe not the on the large financial scale, it was maybe not the success I think Hasbro would have wanted, but in
That's
terms
true.
of toys and other developments, I'm pretty happy with Transformers in 2019.
Awesome.
The reason I have a bad taste for Siege in my mouth right now is that we got the Tetrajets, and we got like 7 of them, and now we're getting a better jet in Earthrise. I would have rather,
And we'll get
Not-
at least 6 of those.
yeah, I would have rather not had the Tetrajets and save my money and had these really the nicer jet that we're getting in Earthrise
Why does
as
it matter?
theirs.
It's Tetrajets. It's not the same thing.
But I don't care as
It
much
got
about
me
the
my
Tetrajets.
Rainmakers.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I got.
That's
Mhm.
what we have, the Rainmakers in the bodies they should have.
Okay.
I will
Well,
not rule out the possibility that my 2020 list will include the negative as being too many reruns in Siege, because I really do like in Earthrise rather, because I really do like the Siege Megatron. I don't know if they'll be able to top that, but
I'm interested to see what direction they end up going with that.
yeah, I hope it is. I hope it is more different than from the Siege toy than I kind of expect it to be.
How long ago did I ask for a submarine Megatron?
20 minutes.
We
No.
you put the submarine Megatron idea in your head back as far as 2017, I think. It was after Six Shot came out.
So that would have gave them enough run time to actually run with the idea if the figures
They're
take
not gonna
18
run
to
with it
24
based on
months.
Your joke. Ed.
No.
There.
Now I'm
they won't take.
I'm just wondering if maybe for Earthrise, I know it's so heavy G1, but since they can't do Megatron as a gun, and they've just done him as a tank 3 times over, counting Cyberverse as far as on the shelves, I wonder if they're going to look at animated and give us a helicopter Megatron.
I would be all about the attack helicopter Megatron.
So what you have to ask
Animated is my
With
favorite
a Corey
Megatron to
Burton
begin
Megatron
with.
sound chip.
Yes.
what you have to ask yourself here is there a way that they can make Megatron into something that looks like a helicopter, but also can, be a gun unofficially?
I know they wouldn't go that way, but I'm almost wishing now that the Generations or the Earthrise Megatron is the Super Megatron we got teased a couple of years ago for Generation Selects.
That was last year. That was like
It just seems like longer.
yeah.
Yeah.
These years are getting long on us.
Yeah.
It seems like not having too many tanks was a Hasbro thing, because they just had Siege Megatron, they had the Selects Megatron, then they've got all the Megatrons out from Cyberverse. So it just seems like doing another tank this soon kind of would be, you've already got that,
The only way I could see them doing another tank Megatron the year after the last tank Megatron would be if it was like just solidly a G2 Megatron, like in the green and
Big
purple.
stick.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
that. But I'm really hoping that they go in some different direction
Listen
and
to the voice
you know
of doom.
come up with something more
Megatron
interesting.
attack.
I would love to see that, but as G1 as they're going with Earthrise Optimus, I would have to say they're gonna go as close as they can with Megatron as well.
Well, I mean, movie Megatron had a jet form, under a crab flying thing form. He had the truck mode, so they might make him another truck.
I don't think I'd hate that. I could live with that because I can live with it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so
Everybody,
yeah. So real quick, follow us on Twitter at TF Radio. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio. Like us on Instagram at TF Podcast, and YouTube we're at Radio Free Cybertron. So all of that can be found at tfradio.net, where you can also find our Patreon linked. And consider signing up. It's we have like I said 3 tiers. But I think all are pretty great, to be honest. I'm really throwing a lot of time and attention into it, and I'm really enjoying it. So creatively, it's been awesome for me. So we're going to have our Patreon exclusive podcast up here in a week or so for the middle tier and the top tier patrons, which is it's not Patreon exclusive. There's a Patreon lead time or exclusive early release of 2 months. It's going to be a monthly podcast, which is our RFC Throwback podcast. And we do have a Patreon exclusive podcast. It's open to all tiers. It's our pre and post show that we release in podcast form. And again, that's available to all patrons. Patreon.com/TFRadio. I'm on Twitter at BKilby and on Instagram at Brian Kilby. I've been doing some giveaways lately. Got a couple things I'm going to throw up tomorrow. And as I work on clearing out my office, it's going to be even more. One thing I am going to end up, if there's interest in it, I don't know if there really is. I don't know if people like Masters of the Universe. I realize that I might have 3 or 4 of the same toy when it comes to just stuff I've collected over the years. So I'm going to go in and find all my accessories and pair them up and keep basically one version of each toy, and I'll probably just do a giveaway for those. There's not a lot of monetary value when it comes to original Masters of the Universe stuff, so that's probably something that's going to happen in the next couple weeks. So again, at BKilby on Twitter. Diecast, how are people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me on Twitter at Diecast2, or they can see my reviews that haven't been reviewing very much at tfradio.net/reviews.
And on our Roku and Fire TV.
And Roku and Fire TV. And I am trying to work on getting some more reviews up.
Roku at least. I think it's also on Fire TV. I'm pretty sure it's on Fire TV. Honestly, I haven't looked. I think I put it there. But it's definitely on our Roku. Roku, tfradio.net/Roku. Man, I can't... you need to do a review of Hound. I'd love to see that.
People
I haven't opened...
to see you break it on camera.
I haven't opened Hound yet.
I would like to see that. Not you break it, but I would like to see a review of Hound. Cool. Is there any other way for people to connect with you? Did you mention your Facebook?
Oh, Facebook, yeah, at Reviews by Diecast on Facebook.
Cool.
So, I'm sorry, I almost broke myself today. Instead of breaking a transformer, I almost broke myself. Black ice. Ooh. I went to put mail in my mailbox, so I had to step onto the street. And as soon as I stepped onto the street, I just went straight out, and my mail went flying in the air that I was trying to put in the mailbox. And I'm sure, I wish I had a video of it because it's probably very funny, but I'm very sore.
Yeah, I took a tumble a couple years ago, and I was about your age, and I was sore for a couple days. Of course, today here it was like sunny and like 70 degrees. So yeah, I know, right?
Nice.
It was pretty great.
Welcome to January, everybody.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see here, Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
Sweet. Rob.
I'm on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Rob Flails. That is the official Twitter for Flail Throughs, my YouTube channel. I cover Gundam Battle Operation 2, which is a free-to-play Gundam game for the PlayStation 4. We're into Zeta Gundam stuff now, and that's a lot of fun. This week's update will be posted tomorrow morning, that being Thursday morning as of the time of this recording. And my Patreon, if you like what I do there, is patreon.com/flailthroughs. A couple bucks, you can request specific mobile suits and color schemes. And lastly, if you want to see the video work that Chris and I have done for TFormers, you can check out YouTube at TFormers TV.
Sweet. Chris.
Hey, my birthday's coming up this month. If you would like to, get me a gift or something, I have an Amazon wish list, which you can find at tfradio.net/chrislist. So not only would I get a gift, you give a gift to the podcast by sending some referral money back to keep the operations going here. Otherwise, you can follow me personally on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. It's not very interesting, but, whatever, it's there. Otherwise, playwithphotography.com or Instagram.com/playwithphotography or at playwithphotos on Twitter for my toy photography related endeavors. And if you like my toy photography work and want to show some support, help me make more of it, you can go to my Patreon page at patreon.com/playwithphotos. You can pledge for as little as $2. And of course, there's rewards for higher tiers.
Very cool. Okay. John is at that. John D everywhere. Rob Springer is at RoboRobSpringer and at zonebase.org. Okay. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
All right. We actually ran a pretty decent length tonight.
We ran over
Yeah.
what I wanted to run, but, hey, that's fine. I completely forgot about the
Predictions.
yeah.
Otherwise, we would have done it before the news.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'd have done it before the news. That's exactly right.
All right, I'll see you guys. I need to get some medicine and go to sleep.
Okay, cool.
Good night,
All right.
Kat.
Feel better.
Thanks.
I'm really surprised you don't seem to like Astrotrain more, Chris. Like I kind of love him,
Well, that's good.
and this looks like brushed on paint, which I can easily take off, which makes it even better.
It's just disappointing that it's the normal silver crep and not like the scorch marks they were implying with the
Well,
render.
even where they had those scorch marks didn't make any sense.
I mean, fair enough, but you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I should be able to take that off with the magic eraser in about 5 minutes and call it a day.
Yeah. Magic Eraser. So you use Magic Eraser for that? Magic Eraser for that?
When they use actual paint, yeah, it doesn't.
Oh,
do,
okay. Sorry.
It doesn't
yeah.
do jack for a tampo.
Yeah. Well, it's an abrasive, so just
A micro abrasive. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't even notice. At least
No,
I
no,
didn't
no.
on Ultra Magnus, but he's so overly detailed.
God, I love that you called it the micro abrasive. I just called it an abrasive because I didn't want to sound, pedantic by calling it a micro abrasive.
I'm okay with being pedantic.
So
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Generation Select's Astrotrain in the actual shuttle colors.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't buy it, but it'd probably be cool looking.
They could just paint him orange and make him Sentinel Prime again.
God, yeah.
Or
It'd be a better toy than the last one.
Paint part of him orange and just make another safety Astrotrain that makes no sense.
Yeah, what was that supposed to be? Mock tackle?
That's
Or
the
was that the
that's
tank?
that's the most reasonable thing anybody could think of for why that was colored like that. But I don't think there was ever any official explanation for.
Okay.
I don't think Hasbro has produced official transformation demo videos for Earthrise Wave 1, which means they're probably expecting that to start hitting stores soon.
Yeah.
That's why I went to the store today just because Walmart's been moving, like setting up their clearance aisles and everything. I guess getting ready for all the new lines, and I keep looking for seed stuff because, like, there's some stuff that I skipped over that if I could find it for like $14, I might consider. But then I turned.
Amazon for $14 right now.
Yeah, but then I turned around and saw full price Marvel Legends, and I was like, yes, please.
Well, there you go.
Hey,
Yeah,
Brian,
if it was anything, it would just be a bunch of marked down chromias, which probably still nobody would want.
What done?
That's not a problem here.
quick question before I go to bed. It's related to the McAfee stuff. If I go in and turn off my auto renewal and before it expires, I mean, is there any possible issues with me trying to remove it and then running Windows Defender?
This will be thrilling content for our patrons.
No, I can see my auto renewal date is on the 10th. Because 1 month out, they charge you before it expires, 1 month before. So I just needed to ask this in person, so I know. I mean, is there a danger of me not having any protection at all if there's an issue with Windows Defender?
Okay, this is for our patrons, so please, I apologize. As long as you don't visit horrific sites, where there are horrible pop-ups, or you're prone to get viruses, you're either looking for hacked EXEs, video game ROMs, or hentai. As long as you're not doing that, you're probably fine. But if you're into hentai, and I'm not saying you are, maybe keep it.
Okay, I'm not obviously. I'm just trying to fix because I just didn't know.
I agree.
I just didn't know if there was some kind of conflict. Like I try running Windows Defender and then there's something wrong and it's not working and I have no protection. I just didn't know what to.
I mean, are you saying you're going to run both?
No. I'm just saying if I turn off my auto renewal and I don't keep McAfee before it expires, I need to have something. I need to remove McAfee and have something in its place. I just was afraid there'd be some kind of. With as old as my system is, comparatively speaking, I was just worried there may be some kind of conflict between, even if I remove McAfee, would there be any issues I need to worry about?
I mean, I think Windows Defender, you're going to be fine anyway. I mean, I run it on everything, including my older systems, and I don't notice a performance hit.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine, Don.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Okay, I just did.
It's going to be less of a detriment to your system than McAfee.
Yeah.
Okay, I just was also trying to save the $109 on the renewal fee.
Absolutely worth not renewing. Get out.
All right.
So I like both the comment and that the YouTube chat tried to filter it. Nestruck says, easy make money at home guaranteed.com. He didn't put it as an address. He spelled out the dot and com, and it still tried to catch it.
All right, I appreciate it, Brian.
Real quick. You said you have Landcross or Landclaws?
Yeah, I have the original.
Do you have the original or do you have the 2004 reissue?
I have the original. Tony Prito got it from me when he went to Japan, along with Road Caesar.
Okay. I'd forgotten that it was reissued in 2004, so
He's not. Spend your money elsewhere. He's not. He's very He's very floppy. I mean, the individual robots are okay. It's just
I want the G1 combiners. I want to complete those, as sort of a mini collection.
Yeah, but save your money and get Battle Guy and Guard City first because
first.
I mean, it's just Landclaws is not. He's not very sturdy. He's like Superion. He just flops around a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, he's.
Do you have Road Caesar?
He's both of those were real disappointments for me.
Mm.
But I appreciate it, Brian. Y'all guys have yourselves a good night.
Yeah, if you want,
take care.
I mean, if you want Road Caesar, you could just stack 3 bricks on top of each other.
True.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. Well, now that third party from who did that? Third party Road Caesar. I can't remember who did it, but I haven't assembled mine yet. But
No.
it doesn't look bad.
I don't even consider that existing, Don. So it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all guys have a good one. Bye,
See you
chat.
later, Don.
Bye, Don.
Yeah, like I would love to get all those combiners too, but like Road Caesar is the one I'm pretty sure I could just do without.
Like I want to complete my G1 collection, and like that's
Are
something.
you gonna get the four rescue force members and combine them and just have one with no arms?
Maybe I won't.
Or
So I don't know. If I can complete my G1, I probably wouldn't veer off into the Japanese G1 more than I already have.
Well, the rescue force was European,
Yeah, well,
or European release.
I mean anything. I would like to.
Because honestly, I would love to have the rescue force to have the armless combiner. Just
Let's see here. Was that a feature? I mean, that wasn't like on the packaging or anything, right?
I don't think so.
It wouldn't be.
no, it was just you could do it because it was the
That was-
same, basically unaltered toys.
Yeah, there's not even an official name for it. I think the wiki just calls it Big Rescue because
That's
that's
an
kind
awesome
of what
name.
I don't even think the toys had official names, did they?
I don't remember. Probably
think-
not.
Crap, I want them now.
Then my job here is done.
Okay, let me go to eBay real quick.
This is the post-show content everybody tunes in for.
These are
Oh,
way more
Big
reasonable than I
Force, okay.
thought.
Big Rescue Force is composed of Rescue Force, the jet, Rescue Force 1, the claw
Yeah.
tank, Rescue Force 2, the Baja buggy, and Rescue Force 3, the drill tank.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's way more reasonable than I thought.
Since the Rescue Force lacks redecos of Hellbat and Skyhawk, and the torso component didn't come with Liokaiser's helmet kibble, Big Rescue Force has no arms, and his head consists of only a lonely mouth plate.
Huh. Let me look that up.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Good
I
color.
don't think I've ever seen that combined before. That's insane.
Yeah, I kind of wish the other two limbs had existed, just because with the deco they were going for here, it probably would look pretty good.
Yeah, I don't understand why they only released 4 out of 6, but I'm kind of glad they didn't.
Safety issues?
Oh,
Is there
okay.
anything about those two figures that might have been a thing?
Probably not any more than any of the other ones.
I've never handled any of the Liokaiser figures.
Okay, so Big Rescue Force, that name comes from a Transformers sticker album that was distributed in Europe in 1993. So there is an official basis for it.
That's interesting. Crap.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have too much problem tracking down a guard city. But Battle Guy is going to be
So there's a guard. There's
a
a
little
battle
more
guy that
difficult.
popped
It
up.
looks like.
There was one that popped up. It sold like immediately. It was loose and it featured. It had been missing some pieces, so they replaced a couple parts from the G1 and G2 versions of the last.
Was that the one we were looking at from Artfire 2000?
I thought that was I thought that was Guard City. There was a Guard City that I was looking at that
You can find those at Transformers Land. He has a couple.
blades the whatever the
Fly up.
the helicopter propeller or whatever was
Fly
broken.
up.
Yeah, it was broken. It could be replaced, and I didn't get it because I didn't really want to go through that effort and risk, But it popped up on Artfire 2000 and the Battle Gaia, and I don't know that I even saw that one.
I saw the Battle Guy when he had it at, I think we were in Charlotte at TFCon.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
'Cause I remember it was not complete. It was missing some of the weapons. I still wanted it though. But man, those are expensive.
So that Guard City, let's see if that's still on eBay. The one where the guy, it's the Easter Basket Defensor, and the guy's trying to sell it as a Guard City.
Saw that on Twitter.
He only buys legit, Brian.
He only buys legit stuff. It's still, yeah, Guard City Vintage, $50, 0 bids.
I'm glad the buying audience is smart enough to not be taken by that.
Well, thankfully it's not. There's no buy it now, but I didn't realize there were multiple versions of that knockoff. There are ones with more red pieces, like tires and stuff, are red. I think I probably had both of them, but it just never registered to me.
Probably represents different production years.
Yeah.
Yeah, say I have one of those knockoff sets somewhere still in a box.
I don't have them in the box anymore. I had so many of those, I ended up giving them away to people. They were like $5. Was it Big Lots? Who sold them?
Yeah.
$5.
Kmart had them too.
Man, I wish I had bought more of those.
Yeah, they had
Then
those and aerial bots.
And then Tuesday morning had them for damn long.
Yeah, and the G2 Devastator one, which I actually just found. I mean, my Defensor, it's somewhere, but the G2 Devastator I found clearing out boxes, and I'm going to put it back together. I'm really hoping, I'm sure I don't, but I'm hoping as I get through this, I have more or less all of my high-end knockoff Raiden set from like the 90s. That would be wonderful because it's so nice, but I probably don't.
I never had any high-end knockoff stuff. I always had all the big lot stuff.
Well, when I say high-end,
I think most of that got thrown away when I moved.
Yeah,
just
when
space.
When I say high-end, I mean it's comparable to that the Devastator that was available with in the whatever it was called.
Yeah, all of mine was garbage.
Yeah, I mean those were pretty good. That Devastator is pretty close to being an official quality. The Devastator, the micro change or whatever it's called. No, whatever it's called.
Quick change, I think.
Quick change. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's a pretty decent stand-in for G2 Devastator if you don't have one. So, but yeah, that not having held a Raiden, I don't know that I even have at this point, but even especially in the 90s when I got that thing, it was to me indistinguishable from like an official one, but and I think that one goes for a few $100s still today if you can get a hold of it, and it's in a million pieces in my basement right now.
Sometimes I miss King Damber.
I'm just still incensed with all those Unite Warriors box sets we got. We did not get a Guard City and a Battle Gaia.
It's crazy, isn't it?
You didn't have to alter the molds or anything. Just paint them differently. And
we got the Inferno. That's close. Were you gonna get somebody to repaint that for you into?
I was gonna do it myself. I have a whole bunch of prep work done on it. It's just time to do it, and then I think about it, and I'm just gonna screw it up. So, one day I may get to it, but I mean I have it pretty much ready to paint. Then I just have to put it back together. But the problem with, I guess, at least Guard City anyway, is 3 of them are so close to what the protective bots were already.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't I just make it easier then?
The nicer of the two that they have at Artfire 2000 is pretty much comparable to the one that we saw at Transformer Land at TFCon, but a couple $100 less.
Well, the one we saw there at Transformers Land had unapplied stickers.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember if that one did or not. I don't think it does. So, I was really tempted to buy another Star Saber through Artfire because they have one that looks good for like $70, which would be a nice display piece. Compared, because I have the one that I have now as part of Victory Saber.
Oh, you want a separate? Okay.
And they have one that looks pretty decent. I almost pulled the trigger on that. One thing I saw, and I didn't even know about this when I checked out, because certain things, when they pop up, they'll sell out. Sell out. There's one of them. They'll sell quick. They had a Zone video cassette in the box that comes with the Rabbit Crater Micromaster. It went for $375. Actually, on his eBay auction, they have a Shadow Maru that I almost pulled the trigger on. But it's Brave and not Transformers, so... Ooh, a loose Grand Max. Sort of advantage, shoulders, reproduction, everything else figures. Advantage and very nice piece. It doesn't have his Pretender shell. It doesn't show that it has. What's the Spike equivalent for Grand Max called? It's just a transector for whatever.
I think this.
Just Grand.
I think it might just be Grand.
It's Grand. Yeah, you're right. After I asked the question, it reminded me. Yes, it's Grand. So they don't have the head for it, or the transector's body don't have the head for it. Otherwise, that would be definitely a worthy purchase. The stickers are okay, but shipping from Hawaii sucks.
Oh yeah, that would.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw them. They showed up to TFCon at least twice. I think they were at the one at Charlotte, and I think they went to Chicago the year after that, and I haven't seen them anywhere since.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it wasn't worth transporting everything over. And
Spider Bob says Chicken Boo Transformer.
Chicken Boo Transformer, yeah. I would love to join Don, though.
The barnyard animals and Transformers.
Barnyard animals and Transformers, what? Again, I'm going on no sleep, so what's the...
I don't know, it's just the line of conversation they seem to be having.
Oh.
If Don were a Beast Wars character, he would transform into Chicken Boo.
Yes. I would love to join Don in the Grand Max Sheet Club.
Out of context.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Out of context. If this was superhero time, that would be your intro quote for at least the next 2 weeks.
Wait, what's wrong with this one? Let me read the description on this. Important countries, blah, blah, blah. See the sellers. Nah, Brian, you don't need to buy that.
Now, there's something we don't hear very often.
You don't need to buy that right now, Brian. You can come back to it later.
Bob says,
at least 10 minutes.
RFC After Dark and Under the Sheets. Well, there you go. That would be the After Dark podcast name, RFC Under the Sheet.
Okay.
We're not doing that, but that would be the title of it if we did.
Under Dawn Sheet.
Under Dawn Sheet.
Okay, I'm not going to be on that podcast. This is the buy now segment.
It really is.
Yes, this is the famous Brian Kilby podcast. Buy it now.
Yeah.
Which is somehow unrelated to There Goes My Money.
I should be the host of that show, shouldn't I?
Well, it's not like Diecast is ever going to do it again.
He's done one in a year. I think there's one dated 2019, one dated 2018.
God, I think he works more hours than I do now, though, so I
Yeah,
can't really
I
fault
can't
him for
blame
that.
him.
Yeah, his job's a lot rougher on him than it used to be.
Yeah, it looks like China is finally off the Titan
Sounds like
Fortress.
finally up the mic. Could you try that again a little closer?
Sorry about that. It looks like China has finally knocked off the sword for Titan's Return Fortress Maximus.
Oh.
Ah,
Down to $20. I might actually get one sometime soon.
I guess Diecast had to get in that big order Taobao before Chinese New Year.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's got about 2 weeks, I think.
Does this have stickers applied? I think it does.
Oh yeah, we could turn that into a game show. What's under Don's sheet? Like that'd be a good thing for like a convention panel.
Oh, stickers are applied.
You just have to convince Don to actually take some of the stuff out of his apartment.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be happy to lug that stuff across the country to a convention.
Well,
He does it all the time.
Yeah, he lugs all kinds of stuff to sell. I'm sure we could get him to bring an equivalent amount of that stuff just to like do a one-off gag for 45 minutes. That's not going to make him any money. I mean, either way, he'll be glad to fill up either his hotel room or somebody else's.
Brian's, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
If he's
with his girlfriend now, it'll just be their hotel room. He fills up with junk.
if he were ever willing to just part with the stuff to get it out of his life, what's under Don's sheet would be like a great way to run a charity auction.
Yes.
Yeah, Don could just be the TFCon charity auction one year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I love about Don's collection, and I've said this before, you have stuff that I would consider, or a lot of collectors would consider holy grails. That's just sitting like on the cheap Walmart $20 shelving that, a lot of people have their stuff on and just basically strewn across it, like knocked over and stuff. And I mean,
Well, he has a cat.
well, no, this was pre-Matt. Well, no, I've only been to his part. Have I been more than once? And then Massey was there. But yeah. But Massey wouldn't be getting up to the top shelf. I mean, it's just, it looks like somebody's messy collection. It just happens to feature, like, expensive Japanese Transformers.
So Rodimus Supreme suggests that this take place at Don's apartment and it be the Donvention.
The Donvention. I mean, that's an easy drive for me. How long would it take you, Matt, to get there? Do you know?
He's north of you, right?
Yeah, he's north of me.
He's in Virginia, so I don't. How long does it take you to get there?
3 hours.
Oh, 5 or 6.
We should do a Donvention. Not a Donnervention. It could be a Donnervention.
Oh no, that's something completely different. Yeah, we don't want to have a Donner party.
Well, I was thinking, like an intervention, but yeah, not Donner party.
Okay.
Donner party, definitely.
Yes, I'm sure Don would love to host a convention at his apartment.
Well, we're not going to tell him about it.
I know.
We're
that's
just going
so-
to show up.
Well, here's the thing. Even if we did just want to
We'll just give out his address to our patrons.
Oh,
Ah, yes, the $55 Donvention tier.
yes. Here's the thing. If we went, the cost of hotels where he lives would be cheap because nobody wants to go there.
But what's the quality of hotels there?
They're
Are
probably
we all going to cry ourselves to sleep like Kim did?
Well, no. So I mean, so I'm sure like a chain hotel is there, a decent chain hotel, like or motel, like Hampton Inn or something, which is what I normally go to if I, sleep somewhere because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna, get stabbed.
Now, for the real convention experience, there would also have to be like, an organized get a pizza and leave it on the counter for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Clearly, just, strictly a set dressing. You don't actually want to eat that.
But you could eat it the first day. And honestly, you probably could the second day too if you microwave it long enough. But being poor as I am, I've had to modify my standards for how far I'm willing to let food go before I call it actually ruined.
Oh, in my younger days, I was horrible about stuff like that, but I've become more cautious in my advancing years.
Well, it's understandable. I still have a few years before I catch up with you.
Oh, I just realized I got Chinese food left over from dinner. I can go microwave and eat.
Nice.
What kind of food?
Orange peel chicken. It was good. It's first time I've had that from this restaurant. It was really good.
I'm supposed to hang out with Hey Mickey in Nashville on Monday, and we'll probably go get sushi.
Oh, you
Nice.
suck.
I suck because I'm going to sushi train with Mickey, or
Because you get to hang out with Mickey.
well, I mean, drive down. It'll only take you like 13 hours. Drive down for my birthday. It'll be a good time.
I could give you your birthday present that I've had in my closet since like last March.
I hope you're going to dust it first.
The dust is part of the gift.
See, now that sounds like a Mickey thing to say.
I dusted off Tread Shot. Or Tread Bolt. I can never remember which name. Tread Bolt, I think.
Yeah.
I
Orange
dusted that off for the
peel
most part.
Chicken peel.
Orange pill chicken.
Like I'm about to pass out. Like my ability to enunciate is highly compromised right now.
You leave then.
Yeah, I probably should.
I don't think we ever agreed that the post-show content was going to ever be a specific length.
No, and like as long as we have pre-show, I'm usually good with it. Sometimes we have to end. So, people watching live, we'll see you later. We love you.
Yeah, I have to get up for work in like 5.5 hours, so.
Yeah, we'll catch you later. Bye, people.